according to me, the Bible has been changed as the Quran addresses. However, how can you prove that the Bible has not been changed since there's almost 1,000 different Bibles with different stories?
I don't know where these numbers are coming from. If you say there are 1,000 manuscripts or something like that, that would make sense. There are far more than 1,000 manuscripts. When you say there are 1,000 Bibles, there seems to be a very misguided view that there's this Bible, and you go and it's completely different. It doesn't have Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It has, Bob, Jim, and so on. It's just completely different Bibles. That's not how it works. Here's the situation. You have lots of manuscripts. There are over close to 6,000 manuscripts of the New Testament in Greek, and then you have plenty in Latin and other languages. What textual critics do is they line them up and they examine differences, because in any book copied by human beings, whether it's the Quran or whether it's the Torah or the Gospel, the scribes are going to make mistakes, but you can usually spot them. The vast majority are spelling differences. Like the most common one, I think, is spelling John with one N or two N's. So this 1,000 different Bibles, if you think that means that there are these 1,000 just completely different Bibles, that's just nonsense. You have textual variants, but even critical scholars will acknowledge that no major New Testament doctrine is affected by the variants. And you're dealing with what you have right here, right? These are critical editions of the New Testament.
To me, the problems are many with regards to the New Testament and its manuscripts. If we look at the 6,000 manuscripts of which David spoke, no two of them are exactly alike. That means that errors are so many in them as to make every one distinct from the other one. The ending of the Gospel according to Mark has been an interesting problem, because Mark chapter 16 verse number 8 ends with the women fleeing from the tomb, saying nothing to anyone because they were afraid, and people rush to fill out this ending. So there's a shorter ending, there's a longer ending, then there are some manuscripts that combine the two endings. Some people were doing all kinds of things with the Christian scriptures, and these were good people wanting to circulate the scriptures, but they made changes. Most of the changes, of course, were done at the time of writing the New Testament documents themselves, and so we find many discrepancies between the four Gospels, each one in its own way trying to represent Jesus, some misrepresenting him. Thank you.